Guys, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you guys are from or at. So today, what we're going to do today, we're going to create a new video to show you guys a new level of awareness so that you can actually start to create, manifest, and attract in or allow what you want in so that you can experience it as a perceived reality. All right. But first, let's begin. Let's talk about a few things going on. So of course, the Facebook group is doing very well. As you can see, the proof, so to speak, of these methods and teachings that I put forth in this video. And first thing and foremost is this. Look, if you're finding this channel today, or if you're first time being here, you must always know one thing. Look, there's no such things as coincidence. Okay, the universe works in approximate space-time continuum, or things that we aren't fully consciousness aware of. But keep in mind, doesn't exist. Coincidences are not. You were meant to be here. There's information here that I must present to you to help you. Keep in mind, the information that you are learning through this channel, it's only 1% of the world's population is aware of this secret. 1%. What is the secret? Well, if you've been following my channel, it's the secret of creating and mastering your own reality. Very simply put. How does it work? Well, through a lot of fundamental science, quantum physics, and how the universal forces work in accordance with what is known as your consciousness or your mind. Okay, let's talk briefly about your mind. Did you know that you actually have 4 minds? You know that, right? I usually speak about 3, but let's break them down really quick. Okay, so we have mind number 1 is your conscious mind. That's the mind that houses your ego. It's the mind of rationality, thinking, analytical mind. Okay. Then we have a second mind, which is a bridge between the conscious and, of course, your subconscious, which is the third. What is that second mind? The clinical name is known as critical factor, critical faculty, or gatekeeper. What it is, it's basically a psychological filter. It filters information into your reality based on what your subconscious mind believes or holds to be true. That's all it does. It filters things in and out. In other words, if your subconscious mind holds a belief of lack, your critical faculty or filter will only reveal things into your reality that supports lack. So if there's someone standing next to you that could potentially make you a millionaire, you will never see that person, or you'll see that person, but here's what, you'll never have a conversation. Your higher self won't tap you, say, hey, start up a conversation with this person, because what, this person can make you a millionaire. But your subconscious mind holds a belief that, hey, we have to work hard and have lack, so therefore it will filter that part of your reality out. That's how important it is. All right. Now we have a fourth part of your mind, which is your superconscious mind. Okay, so we have conscious, critical faculty, subconscious, superconscious. There's 4 minds, guys. Okay, now let's begin and talk about some more. So first of all, let's talk about, I just want to touch bases. The Facebook group is doing excellent. So what I've also done is I've also launched and created a website to help you guys to master this information that I'm presented through this channel. It's basically a website designed everything that you've learned, all the videos I've put forth. I've tried to put them in a fundamental format where you can understand them. And once you get the concept, then if you're ready to be coached, that's when you can get in touch with me. And that will help, because what that does, it cuts down the waiting time so I can help others. So instead of coaching for 2 to 3 months, the coaching time now, you'll be able to do it in a month to 2, because you have to go through a screening process where you learn all the information. Once you get it, boom, you can contact me and we can start to coach to get you to create your own reality. Okay, so that's the website. It's markH.customisedsubliminals.com. Okay, so let's begin. How can we speed up time, so to speak? First of all, you have to know what time is. Time does not exist with your subconscious mind. Okay, time only exists within the egotistical mind. The only time that exists is known as the perpetual now. This moment I'm speaking to you is the only time that exists, my friends. Your brain made time up as a logical structure. Your subconscious mind has no idea that it is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., etc. Okay? That's the first thing. It only believes everything is happening now. So keep that concept in place when we go into this. All right. Let's talk about your conscious mind. Did you know that your conscious mind is primarily the #1 blocker to manifesting or allowing your desires? Your subconscious mind plays a huge role in it. but you can easily recondition that mind with neural brainwave frequencies. Your conditioned mind now, the ego mind, this is where you have to, the coaching comes in. This is where you have to know how to monitor your thoughts, how to condition, to recondition the ego, how to convert it back so you can be in control of it. So these are some tips I'm going to reveal for you today. So your ego mind basically stops you. Why does it do it? Well, your ego mind is always trying to figure out how, why, when. How long is it taking? Why is it taking so long for me to get my desire? When will it come? How am I going to get this money? How am I going to pay that? When is it going to happen? Why I can't have it? Why? How? Why does your mind do that? Well, here's something about our mind. Let's go back to our minds very quickly. You have a conscious and a subconscious. One mind is infinite, one mind isn't. One mind knows it's infinite, the other mind does not. Okay? Which mind knows it's infinite? Your subconscious. Your ego does not know it doesn't know it's infinite. It thinks it's infinite as well, but it's very capped, it's limited. Okay? Your ego believes or thinks he can solve all your issues for you. So here's what happened. When you try to figure out how, why, when, that's your ego mind. Why does it do it? Well, it does it because of social conditioning, environmental conditioning, and your DNA, and just the things that you were taught. We were all taught backwards. I keep saying this before. You were taught backwards, my friend. How does it work? Well, when you were young, you were taught to be a fixer, a problem solver. That's what your mind says. That's what everybody told you, right? When a problem comes up, we must face it and fix the problem. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Problem, problem, problem. Focus on the problem, fix it. Here's what your mind did. Your mind ran away with it, man. Not only now, so your mind believes and starts to create problems to fix stuff. Even when things are going good in your life, have you noticed when things are going good? In the back of your mind, there's that, something's going to go wrong. What's going on here? It's too good to be true. That's what your mind do, my friend. It went a step further now. Not only tries to fix problems, now it creates problems in order to fix them so that you can be happy. See that? That's your conditioned mind. So it's always trying to figure out how, why, when. Okay? So why does it go in a circle? Why can't it stop? Well, here's what happens. Because it thinks it's infinite as well, it tries to figure these things out. How, why, when, why, how. But when it gets capped, when it can't figure out how, why, when, this is where the side effects come in. These side effects are known as what? Worry, fear, doubt. Those are produced because your mind cannot reach an infinite level. So when it gets capped, it stops and starts to worry. It says, oh, man, I don't know if I can get this week. I can't get this now. Why can't I figure this out? Hence, it starts to worry. That's the side effect. But your mind don't know that. It doesn't care. It's perpetually going to do it and do it because it believes it knows how to figure it out. So you have to get that in your head, that part of our mind will continue to do it. But you can recondition that part of your mind. It just takes repetition, awareness, persistence. You have to know how to talk to your mind, how to get it to recondition. I'll do another video on that maybe in a couple weeks. Now, let's go back to manifestation. So now you know the how, why, and when will stop you. One mind is infinite, one mind isn't. One mind creates, one mind doesn't. Subconscious creates through higher self. Ego mind does not create. It keeps you in a perpetual loop. How, why, when. So here's an example when it comes to creation. Let's use two individuals. Let's use Sarah or Jessica. Both females, okay? They are manifesting the same things. So let's use an analogy. So they're both building a house. They are on one lot. Sarah's on this lot. Jessica's on this lot. Sarah's building her house brick by brick. Jessica's building her house brick by brick. Across the street, there are two stores. One of the stores, Sarah's friends is in there. The other store, Jessica's friends are in there, okay? So they're building their house brick by brick. So Sarah, friend across the store, stops her, say, hey Sarah, come here for a second. So Sarah stops building her house, puts her brick down, goes over to her friend, starts talking. While Jessica still building. Now Jessica's friend in the other store keeps calling her, but Jessica says, hey, let me finish building my house. So Jessica keeps building her brick. Sarah comes back, builds her house again. Sarah's friends call her again, hey Sarah. Sarah puts the brick down, goes over there. So what's happening here? Well, somebody is losing time. Jessica is creating her house still. She's not going to her friend over there because she's still focused on her house. But Sarah, on the other hand, she's taking time out. She's taking more time to build her house. So what ends up happening? Well, Jessica gets her desires, manifests her house in what, 8 months? Now it takes Sarah 5 years. See? Jessica got a house faster, Sarah doesn't. Why? Because of the ego. See that? One mind will try to control you. See, when Sarah puts that brick down and she goes over to her friend, what Sarah doesn't realize is this. Her friend is that mind that's saying how, why, when. She's trying to figure things out. So when she leaves her creative mind, which is her higher self, when she was building her house right there, but she goes into the store across the street, that is known as the ego mind. Remember, you cannot create in your ego. So anytime you try to figure out how, why, when, you are leaving your creative mind and you're heading into the ego. So what does that mean? You stop manifesting. You put your desires on pause. They're not creating, they're on pause. So every time you pause it, you go here. So my point is this, guys. If you stop trying to figure out how, why, when, you could get your desires in less time. For example, if you're constantly leaving your higher self mind and following the ego with how am I going to get it? Why? You just stop creating, man. So you could have manifested your desires in months. But guess what? Now it takes you years because your ego kept interfering and you had no idea. This is the trick why you see some individuals, they can manifest faster than others. Why? Because they can exercise what is known as detachment. This is detachment. They don't try to figure out how, why, when. They said, I'm going to leave it to faith. I'm going to leave it to my higher self. It will work the details out. Simply put, my friends, that's how it works. You have to leave the details to your higher mind. Why? Let's go back what I just reviewed to you. Your mind is limited. Our conscious minds cannot imagine infinite ways a higher mind can bring things into our reality. It's just impossible, man. Our minds are not made for that. Your subconscious mind, connected to your higher self, that's the job it's programmed, it was created to do. It was primarily created to figure out how, why, when. Okay, remember, it doesn't operate in a time format. Your conscious mind operates in linear format. So when you put time into things, it takes longer. Look, universe is very ironic. Okay, here's how it works. The longer you take time or try to figure out time, the longer it takes to manifest. The moment you forget about the time and you focus on the present moment and focus on the end result of what you want, not how you're going to get it, the faster it manifests, my friends. Okay, so those are the tips. Do not get into the how, why, when game with your mind. The minute you start to try to figure out how you're going to get it, when you're going to get it, why you're going to get it, how long, you have just left the creative mind and went into the conscious mind. There are just things in the universe that our minds are not complicated or complex, that our minds cannot grasp yet, guys. It's just, that's how it is. That's why you leave it to the details, to the higher mind. It works these things out for you. Give you an example right now. In our universe, there's some forces that we still can't understand. We're trying to figure it out. What are these forces? Well, you have dark matter, dark energy. We have no idea how it works, man. Our instruments can't even pick up these exotic particles that operate with dark matter and dark energy. What's important about dark matter and dark energy? Well, dark energy is a force that's pulling our universe apart. Dark energy is the force within space that pulls everything out. It's a unique force. It's the most powerful. The force is practically faster than light. But we cannot even understand how it works. So my point is this. Our universe is so complicated that our conscious minds can never figure things out. It's just not, it wasn't prepared for that. That's why you must go into the mind of your higher self mind. That's your subconscious mind. That mind knows infinite intelligence. It can bring things into our reality that your mind can never comprehend. So my point to you is, why worry? Practice this method. Remember, the how, why, when will leave you taking longer. Focus on the now and your manifestations will occur. Okay, so that's the trick, guys. Your ego will cap you. The ego mind is a mind that will hold you back because it's constantly trying to figure out how, why, when. The minute you leave your creative mind and get into the ego, you put your desires on pause. That takes time. Okay, so that's a quick tip for today, and thank you guys for tuning in. Talk again next time. Bye bye.